on his career, his family, and focusing on his path, but he's letting us spread our wings and start flying on our own now.
And the important thing is that, you know, he went from being our teacher to being our manager to being our producer, and now he is our mentor. And he's allowing us to grow and mature and to make our own mistakes and have our own victories. But he's still rooting us on from, you know, where he's at. He texts me every day to ask about how the shows are going. If I have a problem, he's always there to fix it, even though it's not his job. And that's what a mentor does. So I would say that his involvement in us is that he is truly our mentor.
Are you grand? Yeah.
Y'all, just when you thought the church drama couldn't get any messier, hold on to your seats because what I'm about to spill will leave you questioning everything you know about faith, music, and the so-called gospel community. Trust me, this is a story you won't forget anytime soon. Okay, babes, let's talk about the Harlem Gospel Travelers. Yep, those talented, soulful singers who had the audacity to step into the gospel music scene and live their truth. But, plot twist, their truth isn't exactly what the church wanted to hear. And let's just say the drama brewing here is messier than your auntie's Thanksgiving table. I mean, the church banning gospel singers for being openly gay. Oh, we have so much to unpack here. First things first, let's get into who the Harlem Gospel Travelers are. These guys came together through a gospel program in New York City, mentored by Eli Paperboy Reed. Eli saw something in them, y'all. A spark, a gift, something that screamed different. And baby, he was right. Their voices blended like honey. Their energy lit up every stage they touched. And their first album, He's on Time, was nothing short of a masterpiece. But here's where things get spicy. After shaking up the gospel world, the group faced a crossroads. Two original members stepped back, and in their place came Dennis Bailey. Fast forward, and the trio evolved into something completely unapologetic. From painted nails to wigs that screamed snatched, these boys weren't just making music, they were making statements. And if you think the gospel community was ready for that, think again. Now, let's not pretend like this is a one-time thing. The relationship between Christianity and queerness has been, well, rocky, to say the least. You've got people shouting, "God is love," and others clutching their Bibles like it's a shield. The Harlem Gospel Travelers didn't just tiptoe into this conversation. They stomped in, heels and all, saying, "We're here, we're queer, and y'all better deal with it." The tea really spilled when Ido Gatling, the most vocal member, said this: "The church can't keep pretending we don't exist. They need us like we need them." Phew, the audacity, right? And if that wasn't enough, Dennis Bailey chimed in with, "The 21st century is queer. Accept it." Honey, let me tell you, the Christian Twitter fingers have been working overtime since. But here's the kicker. It's not just their queerness that's got the church side-eyeing them. Their sound is another layer to this drama cake. See, the Harlem Gospel Travelers channel a throwback vibe. Think 70s and 80s gospel with a hint of funk and soul. It's fresh, it's nostalgic, and apparently it's not churchy enough. They've been shunned from gospel radio, black churches, and even some gospel events. Like, what is going on? And y'all, let's address the elephant in the room. Homophobia in the gospel scene isn't new. From legends like Carl Bean
in AIDS work in 82. Having been in show business actively and having always been out of the closet, as it were, I never was in, but I knew a lot of people that I loved in theater, in dance troupes, in gospel music, were gay men. And
Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the story's the same. Talented queer artists being shoved to the sidelines while the church pretends everything's fine. But the Harlem Gospel Travelers, they're not playing the quiet game. They're out here, loud and proud, saying, "You're either with us or against us." Despite the church drama, the secular world is eating them up. They've been co-signed by Elton John, performed on Joe Biden's campaign trail, and even gained a massive following on TikTok. If the gospel community doesn't want them, the rest of the world sure does. But let's circle back to the church for a second. The comments online have been wild. Some people say, "This ain't gospel, they should find another genre." Others, "God loves everyone and they're living proof." The divide is real, and honestly, it raises some important questions. Should the gospel scene evolve to reflect the diversity of its artists, or is tradition too sacred to change? Now, before y'all come for me, let me make one thing clear. I'm just here spilling the tea, but it does make you wonder, if the church can't accept these artists for who they are, what does that say about the message they're preaching? Because at the end of the day, isn't gospel music supposed to be about love, hope, and acceptance? So here's where I leave it to you. Do you think the Harlem gospel travelers should keep fighting for their place in the gospel world, or should they carve out a new lane, free from all the judgment? Sound off in the comments, and while you're at it, hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves a good scandal. Because let's be real, this conversation is far from over. And with that, babes, I'll catch you in the next video. But don't leave without watching this one next. It's just as juicy.